KKR Texas Memorial Stadium. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Texas Longhorns. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. They are so fired up for this opportunity for their wide receiver here today. He has had one of the most productive seasons in school history, and today he can put his name at #1 in the history books with receiving touchdowns. They want to go to him early and often in the red zone. Now keep in mind, the defense knows this too, so I expect a battle back and forth. We'll see if he's able to get that record here today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Straight ahead, it's Smothers. Turning it on! Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, running back on the move. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back, and he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes...
And he's got room. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Off to the races to the right. The 10. Touchdown, Ole Miss. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
Oof, and after that pick 6, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There's tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Left side is Coleman.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel-type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Taken down. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Shoots it to the left. Wide open downfield. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Out wide left, it Smothers. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
To throw, Manning. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Looking down the middle. Just a misfire there. Second and long here. To throw, it's Manning. They're all over him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Oh, and you just feel kind of like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. He had him open, and he just overshot it a little bit. Man, those sting.
Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Hauls it in. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And the
snags it, and there's running room. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And as a quarterback, man, you have to have a short memory, right? Be able to put mistakes behind you. He threw an interception last possession. Who cares? Nice job coming out, getting organized, getting the play down, having confidence, and now they're moving the ball right down the field.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They've methodically worked the ball down the field. 11th play of the drive coming up, but this one third and long. Touchdown, Longhorns! Got it right in the heart of the end zone. The extra point here would tie the game. And the extra point is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. On the run, it's Lacey. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Dropping back, it's Knight. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game. And so far, they've taken him away.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Quick give. It smothers. There he goes. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on a linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Hands it off on the counter. Brought down. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback will keep it. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down.
This offense typically really good in these physical situations, running the football, getting first downs. They got stopped on this play. Interesting decision coming up here on 4th down.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout called just before the delay of game. They burned a couple early, now down to just 1 timeout to work with. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. The run inside. It's Lacey. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Knight. Back's got it on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
That's a really nice job by the cornerback playing with his eyes. He sees the running back release out of the backfield, sees him get the ball. And this guy's tough. You know, there are a lot of corners out there that would try to submarine these rig running backs, and then they get hurdled. Not this guy. Good job getting the tackle, getting him on the ground.
Turns it upfield. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's 3rd down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and short. And you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this first down.
Here comes the Texas offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Here's Manning to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
And they find him early, and I love it because last week they found him often. He had over 100 yards, and they found him throughout this season. This offense is built on his playmaking ability. This dude is unbelievable. He's unguardable, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy conversation. That's why he's going to be featured today and hopefully in these later moments in the season when you go win a Heisman.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it inside the 25. All the way. Touchdown, Texas. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Hold and fire complete. Makes the grab, but down immediately. He picks up a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Here's the give off the left side. Got a little grass. Rumbles up to the 27 before going out of bounds, and the running game gets it done there.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Breaks into the open. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
And that's what this offense needs, man. They need to do this, but they need to put several together. Back-to-back punts on their last 2 possessions. A lot of times that can wear your defense out, right? Playing so many snaps. This offense just keep being focused, executing on 3rd down, putting some drives together. Next thing you know, you'll look up and you'll have points on the scoreboard.
Using his legs, it's Overton. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Going to the run, it's Lacy. There's a crease, headed to the end zone. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Extra point here will tie the game.
Man, we know football gets harder when you start to get in the red zone and the field shrinks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back. Seeing the hole, exploding through, getting the long touchdown run.
He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Manning. Left side, it's Wingo. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. The Longhorns will hustle to the line. Ole Miss calls its 3rd and final timeout. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
Here we go, ready. Line 14, slide.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job. Run
to the right. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. First down here for the offense. Here's Arts to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? I know there's pressure, especially in this area of the field, to get to the quarterback, but you can't give up a 1st and goal there. They give it to him again. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on 4th.
Booster.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Third down from the gun, Manning. Out wide left, it's Wingo. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. Wow, look at this. You could take the lead with a chip shot field goal here. Instead, they'll try to finish this drive with a touchdown. Fourth down, Manning. Moves to his right. Unleashes to the end zone. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
There he goes! He's at the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rebels! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And We are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
A lot of scoreboard watching today, fellas, but fear not, Week 13, we've got you covered here on the College Football Update Show. We start our coverage with Auburn, going up against the Alabama Crimson Tide.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19.
And it's the Tigers, engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen.
Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter. Runs through a man, and he might have space.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the American Conference.
And this is why defensively, man, you want to keep your guy in the pocket. Like, once he starts to scramble, all the rules change, and now everybody's got to kind of adjust, and the running back just works towards the sidelines. As he starts to roll to the right, he creates a little bit of space, and they just dump it off. But it's a nice job by the QB buying some time.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to him, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Looking for a man. It's Knight. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Makes a deep grab. Maybe some room here. Touchdown, Rebels. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He is a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. Makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Throwing Manning. Oh, pressure's coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go to him, and that's where I think you look next. Who's your next best playmaker that can...
Makes just steamrolling the defense. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Really good patience and recognition. And how about the tight end just finding the hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it?
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. He's taking the shot. Caught. They will score. Touchdown, Longhorn. That's the first score of the day for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Going long. Intercepted just what the defense's doctor ordered. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Arch Madness. On the left side, here's Coleman. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Townsend. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Trying to run, it's Smothers. Next going for the goal line. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Left side is Smothers. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Rebels offense is back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Right back to the well. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you wanted. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Lacey. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. To the air, it's Knight. Snags it. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Plowing ahead on 4th down. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short. Quarterback changing the play. Arch is going to throw for it. Going for it all. He's got it down the field. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. The Longhorns peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got his man. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And no surprise to see this guy just going off again, right? One of the best receivers in the entire country. Over 100 yards his last game out. He's got over 100 in this one. And this is why he's up for the Heisman Trophy here, guys, late in the year. It's what you do in the month of November that gets you remembered as a team, but also individually. He keeps putting performances like this together. We're going to see this guy in New York City.
Manning lines up in the gun on 3rd down. He caught it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. After getting knocked down in the backfield on the last 2 runs, you got to think they're going to try to throw it on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking downfield, it's Knight. Setting up the screen. Turning it on! They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
Right side, it's Brown. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You've got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
There's a little room there. And just when you think you've seen every move, he's got another one, and he's out to the 40.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Snapped on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
We're at a juncture of the game now here in the 4th quarter. One possession game. Every critical down and distance is going to matter. And on that 4th down, the defense gets the win. Great job in the back end and coverage. Touchdown,
misses. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll need a bunch on second down. To the air, it's Knight. Got a man, it's Cunningham. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 30, at the 20. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. They'll ride him again. He breaks a tackle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Longhorns lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Manning from the gun on third down. Out wide left, it's Smothers. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
To throw, Manning. He tries to take the top off. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Longhorn. Into the end zone with a breakaway score. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big first down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Out wide right, it's Cook.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Here's Manning to throw. He'll take a shot. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Right side, it's Wingo. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Pulls it. He'll pitch it. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. So the defense trying to maximize their clock management. They use the timeout here, and the 2-minute stoppage is coming. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Hits inside. It smothers. Oh, the Hops! Touchdown, Texas! And the pummeling has started. They stretch this lead here in the 4th, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season. And he puts through the extra point. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Play action on 1st down. Moving to his left. He's going to run it. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him to get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Dropping back, it's Knight. Out wide right, it's Cunningham. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snaps it, and he has to have it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Drops back on 1st down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
2nd down, gonna throw it. And the timing just a hair off.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and get into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Finds his target. They make the tackle at the 36. Let's see if they bring out the punt team.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Needs it here on fourth down. Flush to the left. Unloads it left. It's complete. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the fourth down, and it paid off.
And that's the second fourth down conversion this drive. Listen, you're down. You got to take some chances. You got to make some plays. Right now, this offense has got a little.
Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Rebels. Once he got some room, it was over. How about this? A two-point conversion coming. Looking downfield. It's Knight. Makes the catch. The two-point conversion is good.
And it's more common to throw for the two-point conversion than it is to run anymore. So you practice these a lot. You can tell. Nice timing, nice rhythm, in sync, nice two-point conversion.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one. They went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you. You saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.